voilà sur le plateau des Free Music TV, donc avec FFS qu'on va accueillir tout de suite. So welcome to Alex and Ron from Franz Ferdinand and the Sparks, and we can start.
So tell me, guys, how did you meet, and why and when did you decide to work together?
Well, we met in 2004 for the first time in Los Angeles. Franz Ferdinand were over playing a show, and yeah, we had a coffee with Ron and Russell, and we talked vaguely about doing a collaboration, and we didn't really get it together until we bumped into each other in the street again, what, 2 years ago now, Ron?
Yeah.
And
that's when it shifted into high gear. Yeah. Because there was no, both sides were interested in doing the thing, but it was just a question of scheduling and all that. But once we started going, it was a year and a half of writing, and we were 6,000 miles apart, but trading ideas for about a year and a half. And one thing led to another, and at one point there was an album done.
What do you like in each other music, and that make you think the collaboration was possible?
I mean, for us, it's mainly Franz Ferdinand, the ambition, you know,
Okay.
and there are so many bands, I think, that are really complacent in what they do, and you know, from the very first time that we heard "Take Me Out," it was a song with real ambition and wanting to kind of expand what pop music can be. And then after that, you go into the more specific things about vocals and band sound and songs, but it's kind of a general sense of what the band represents that really attracted us to them.
I think that's the same for us as well. That's how we felt about Sparks. They, right from the beginning of their career, they obviously didn't want to do just the same thing that their contemporaries were doing. They wanted to do something more than that, which is surely what we should all be aspiring to.
So do you think other bands should collaborate to get a new sound?
Well, I'd say that other bands shouldn't copy us. That would be the opposite of
no.
what we're saying, really. If it feels right, then yeah, you should do it, but you shouldn't do it because somebody else has done it. Yeah.
But it's difficult because you have to. It takes such a commitment. I mean, this isn't sort of a little lark for either band, and for two bands to kind of say, this is what I'm going to do for an extended period of time. Even just on that level, I don't think there are many bands that would do that.
We wanted to know how do you work out the compositions in the studio or on the stage before? Yeah, I mean, you both have quite different styles, and how do you manage to make it work?
Well, we actually didn't write in the studio. We wrote when Ron and Russell were in Los Angeles and we were back in the UK. So we were sending songs to each other, and it worked in different ways. Sometimes Ron would send over a complete song, sometimes we would send over a complete song, sometimes it would be some lyrics, sometimes it would be a piece of music. It was different for each song, really, but it was quite a different way for working for us. Like, neither of us have really done this before either.
But both bands are really song orientated, so it was important that the songs be there before we went into the studio.
Yeah, neither of us are really jam bands. We don't like to go into the studio and kind of go, hey, let's jam in. What do you jam in? B flat?
B flat, then a C.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of alien to us, that idea.
Both of your bands got something in common. Every album surprises with something new.
Yeah.
And how and why are you always renewing your sound?
Well, I guess because you have new ideas, really. You know, I suppose that's what keeps you excited, and that's what keeps you loving the music that you make. It's the fact that you're not repeating yourself. I don't think either of us really want to repeat. And I mean, Ron particularly, like Ron and Russell have made so many albums, and you're right. There's no repetition there at all.
And I think both bands are lucky having people that follow them that not only accept that but expect that. They want the bands to be, you know, surprising them.
So you don't really force yourself to completely change your sound. It's just something that comes like that?
Just seems like what you should do. I mean,
Yeah.
there are great pop artists that kind of have, you know, continue one after another, and they have a real strength in their vision. And but I don't think either of our two I mean, I don't like to speak for, you know, friends, but just it seems like that we're not, either of us are those kind of bands. In a way, I kind of envy that, because just to be able to kind of continue and have people accepting that and kind of not wanting you to change, it would be a luxury. But
Yeah. I mean, it's true, like, both of us are fans of the Ramones, for example, and like, the Ramones found something like an incredible medium in which to occupy, and stuck to that, but maybe that's just not natural to us. It was natural to them.
Maybe do you have a little story of your experience together? I don't know, a funny story you have, or
A funny story.
yeah, about how you met, or I don't know.
Well, I guess the story of how we met is because I broke a tooth. You know, I broke a tooth in Uruguay, and I was looking for Huey Lewis's dentist in San Francisco, and I was lost on the street, and then I heard the voice behind me, and it was Ron and Russell saying, "Hey Alex, what are you doing in San Francisco?" So if I hadn't broken that tooth back there, we wouldn't be sitting on the sofa here right now talking to you two.
So I think we all gonna thank that tooth for that.
Yeah.
And finally, if you have a word to say to your French listeners, just go for it.
Bonjour tout le monde. We're looking forward to playing for everybody here. We've got a few shows in France. We're very excited, especially Russell, who's quite fluent in the language, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a poor substitute because my French is horrible. I'm sorry,
But yeah, we're very excited to play the shows for everyone, and thanks for all the support we've been getting so far.